Human Scientific Methods by user Wikingwarrior. Dr. Barnett let out an irritated sigh. The meeting was not going well. "Believe me, as a fellow scientist, I understand the labor and time you've put into this research," the Zeno continued, as it rubbed its long whisker-like tentacles thoughtfully, and with no small hint of contempt. "But the fact of the matter is that if humanity is to join us and receive the benefits of the Federation, there's very little, if no chance for you to continue doing it. As I am the representative of the Bureau of Scientific Collaboration, you know full well that it falls to me to make the call. But frankly, with the amount of our laws that you'd be breaking once the unification takes place, well..." The alien trailed off, continuing to rub its damnable tentacles. The doctor removed her glasses, carefully folding them up and placing them next to her pencil holder, holding the bridge of her nose in frustration. "I understand your reservations on what we're doing, but this isn't simply the kind of thing we can, as you so simply put it, just liquidate. There are complicated moral issues at stake." "Ah, I was told you would be resistant. It let out what appeared to be its equivalent of a sigh, dropping none of its superior attitude. "To be honest, though, the legal situation and moral situation are A small noise sounded at the door. Both heads turned to see a small girl, appearing perhaps 6 years old, glancing shyly through the open frame. Dr. Barnett smiled warmly, clearly relieved at the interruption. "Hello, Jennifer. Did you need something?" The girl looked up, happy but nervous at the unknown visitor.
"Miss Amy said I was done with my work, so I came to see you."
The representative bristled slightly, clearly annoyed with the interruption. Dr. Barnett ignored him. "Of course, I'm meeting with this man right now." She gestured to a small table at the far end of her office. "There's some crayons over at the table. Once I'm done here, we can head down to the atrium in Level B, okay? Maybe feed the ducks," she offered, smiling. The girl returned her smile. "Okay," was her only response before she left the two, humming and coloring in broad strokes on the paper. The doctor turned back towards her unwanted guest. "Apologies, Representative. I didn't have time to figure out what to do with her. Your visit was a bit unannounced. Please continue with what you were saying." The representative flared his nostrils slightly. "Yes, well," he attempted to regain his composure. "Intergalactic law is very clear on what you're doing here. Frankly, I'm astounded that you'd tempt fate in such a manner. Even in your own species it is often looked down upon to try and build life where there is none. My people attempted such a thing once. It did not end well. Shall I tell you what happened?"
"We're well aware of the risks an AI could present if improperly managed. However, we're running this program with many checks and balances. Our psychologists and computer science have been—"
"I don't think you are aware," the representative said, adding a surprising amount of conviction to his voice. "The first AI my species constructed was a massive undertaking, you know. 5 years, the best engineers and scientists money could buy, placed on a grand colony ship to assist in setting up our first extrasolar colony. It was pre-FTL, and we reasoned that a machine capable of decision-making would allow for the entire crew to enter stasis without abandoning the ability to react to crises. And do you know what happened? In just 17 hours, even before communication was attempted with it, the machine caused a fluctuation in the primary reactor, resulting in a massive detonation that killed 86 engineers and personnel." The doctor picked her glasses up, toying with the frame slightly.
"I appreciate the stories, but I'd like to reiterate my point. Our top psychologists have reviewed all of the individuals, and at no point in their growth have they displayed anything close to suicidal or murder."
The alien straightened up in surprise. "You mean you've already built one? Are you mad?"
12. We've built 12.
"This certainly complicates things.
Jennifer suddenly jumped up. "Dr. Barnett, look!" she declared excitedly, thrusting the piece of paper in the air. On it was the form of a large spaceship, the crayon marks clearly outlining the systems and features of the subject with surprising detail, demonstrating a level of effort that, despite the clumsy handiwork and evident lack of motor skills, resembled the sketchings of a talented artist, far beyond her years. Jennifer just beamed at the doctor. "Very good, Jennifer," Dr. Barnett announced, relieved at the distraction. "What ship is it?" "The UNCP Voyager," she announced happily. "Someday I'm going to work there. I'll help explore and find new homes." "Oh," the doctor said, slightly teasing. "Well, I'll see what I can do. I'm sure they need someone of your skills there. I'll bet you'll be a lot of help." The representative twitched nervously with sudden realization.
"Doctor, is this girl somehow related to your program? What have you done with her?" Now it was Barnett's turn for realizations.
"I had suspected you had been briefed beforehand about our methods here. Jennifer is an artificial intelligence, yes." She turned towards Jennifer. "And I must say, quite the adept one at that."
"Why?"
"Pardon?"
"For what purpose? Why make an AI of a child? Why give it this form? What are you planning?"
"Why does she have the form of a child? Well, it's only logical. If she's going to have to grow up, might as well have the bioorganics grow up with her, no?"
"But it's a computer."
"Of course she's a computer," Dr. Barnett began, heavily stressing the she. "She's well aware of that. Her primary server is actually located several floors down. What we see here is just essentially her avatar, her method of interacting with the world, cloned from samples from various hosts, still living. Sorry to have to steal some potential moral outrage from you."
"But a computer doesn't grow up or need to walk around or—"
Dr. Barnett's face took a stony complexion as the implications occurred to her. "Are you telling me that your methods of building an artificial and feeling being were to build a fully functioning adult-level consciousness with no development and leave it senseless and trapped in a box with no societal standards or context to instruct it?"
Well, in a sense, yes."
That's simply inhumane. And you said we were insane."
Not bad. I like that one. That's a good one. I knew that the child, once they started discussing actual artificial intelligence, I knew the child was going to be that, but, that's pretty dope. I like that a lot. Good recommendation, JT. Bye! Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and
hit the bell as well, because this shit is all important, apparently. Engagement.
See you guys.